You're a natural-born public speaker, and that's a fact.
Do you actually feel guilty, or were you just told to feel guilty?
Focus on actually what we can do.
Point it out and show it to me.
You have the freedom to do what you want to and be what you want to in America.
What are we going to do about it?
What oppressed me?
Just saying.
So the CRT stuff, BS.
So for you, Joe Rogan,
yes,
I would say you've had it.
Yes.
So now get one shot of the vaccine.
No.
Why not?
Because I have better immunity than I would if I was vaccinated. Right?
Yes.
Don't I?
I think your immunity is really good.
So why, if I've already gotten through COVID and I was really only sick for a day, and then 5 days later I was negative, and I do have the natural antibodies now, why would I take a chance in getting vaccinated on top of that?
By the way, I'm glad you're better. I'm glad it only lasted a day.
You're probably the only one at CNN that's glad.
No. We're not.
The rest of them are all lying about me taking horse medication. And we should talk about that.
That bothered you.
It should bother you too. They're lying at your network about people taking human drugs versus drugs for veterinary.
Calling it a horse dewormer is not a flattering thing. I get that.
It's a lie. It's a lie on a news network, and it's a lie that's a willing. That's a lie that they're conscious of. It's not a mistake.
Yeah.
They're unfavorably framing it as veterinary medicine.
Well, the FDA put this thing out. You saw that. Did you see that thing that the FDA put out?
What did the FDA put out?
It was a tweet, and it was snarky. I admit it. They said, "You are not a horse. You are not a cow. Stop taking this stuff," or something like that.
Why would you say that when you're talking about a drug that's been given out to billions and billions of people, a drug that was responsible for one of the inventors of it winning the Nobel Prize in 2015?
Yeah.
Yeah, a drug that has been shown to stop viral replication in vitro. You know that, right? Why would they lie and say that's horse dewormer? I can afford people medicine, motherfucker. This is ridiculous. It's just a lie.
I don't think anyone is
But don't you think that a lie like that is dangerous on a news network when you know that they know they're lying? You know that they know that I took medicine. Like, here it is. This is ivermectin.
You got
this
it with
right
you.
Here. Somebody gave it to me.
All right, hang on. The thing is, we're like going so fast. Like I feel like I'm missing.
Do you think that's a problem that your news network lies?
Well, I don't.
Dude,
what did they say?
They lied and said I was taking horse dewormer. First of all, it was prescribed to me by a doctor.
Yeah.
Along
they
with
shouldn't have said
a
it was
bunch of other medications.
If you got a human pill, because there were people that were taking the veterinary medication, and you're not, obviously. You got it from a doctor, so that it shouldn't be called that. Ivermectin can be a very effective medication for parasitic disease, and as you say, it's probably, I think a 250 million people have taken it around the world.
More,
I get that.
Way more.
Way
more. Billions of people have taken it.
Can I just come back to the one I want to talk about? Two things
no.
on the ledger.
You have, before we get to that, does it bother you that the news network you work for out and out lied, just outright lied about me taking horse dewormer?
They shouldn't have said that.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
You didn't ask? You didn't think that was you're the medical guy over there.
I didn't ask. I should have asked before coming on your podcast.
But they did it with such glee.
No,
yes,
Joe.
They did. I watched.
You watched?
I watched.
You watched? No, I don't think there's glee.
Yes, they did.
No one takes...
Joe Rogan says he has COVID, taking livestock drug despite warnings. Yeah.
Jamie had to pull this up.
You want to play it?
Does she
This is your news network.
I'm going to watch.
Let's see.
I'm going to watch.
Rogan telling his 13 million Instagram followers that he was treated with several drugs, and he included ivermectin on the list, a drug used for livestock. The FDA and the CDC warn against using to treat COVID.
Turns out I got COVID.
Look, they put a yellow filter on me
too.
too.
The kitchen sink at it. All kinds of meds. Monoclonal
You see the original video versus that? I look like shit there.
Z-Pack,
do you know that?
I think you look good.
Pause. It's enough.
Prednisone.
That's enough, Jamie.
I don't think Aaron had glee.
Oh, well, it's more Brian Stelter was the gleeful one. But the point is, that's a lie.
It can be used for humans. I get it. I totally...
Not just could be used for humans, is often used for humans, along with all the other drugs I took. All human drugs.
Yes,
they know it's a human drug.
It's right. But
they lied.
The thing
it's defamatory.
It is. Yeah, they shouldn't have done that.
It's defamatory, right?
Well, I don't know if it's defamatory.
I bet it is.
Well, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer.
It's a lie.
Well, see, here's the thing. You can have nuanced discussions about this.
No,
right?
you can't.
Yeah,
you can't have nuanced discussions about lying about someone taking horseshoe
There
wormer.
was no glee, by the way, from her. She
Well,
was.
I
I don't
didn't
think
watch her.
anyone takes people's illness.
Oh, yes, they do.
They don't want you to get
stop
sick,
it.
Joe.
Yes, they do.
They
were
want you to get
upset
sick.
that I got healthy. That's one thing they didn't report on. The fact that I was negative 5 days later and working out 6 days later.
Well,
6 days after infection, I was back in the gym.
I'm glad.
Felt great.
I'm glad you do. I really
Me
am.
too.
I think
Thank you.
Most of the
I'm
people
glad you're glad. You're a nice guy.
Most of the people I know, I think, would be glad that you. I don't think that there was any glee.
There's a lot of people out there that weren't glad. But my point is, you're working for a news organization. If they're lying about a comedian taking horse medication, what are they telling us about Russia? What are they telling us about Syria? Do you understand that that's why people get concerned about the veracity of the news?
The concern was look, just the nuanced part of this, and you're not taking a horse dewormer. I get it. You got that as a legitimate medication from a pharmacy.
Somebody
whatever.
gave me. That's kind of a joke. My friend Megan brought.
I know. The volume went out in here. I forgot to click a button to make sure the volume was set. But anyway, I can still sum it up because I know a lot of times, just like my reaction videos, I don't really stop and do a lot of clicking through the videos to interrupt it or anything. I let the video play. So sorry about that, but it still is not going to stop me from giving my analysis at the end. Okay. So check this out. You see that the dude was doing a whole lot of diverting through the whole video. You know what I mean? He kept trying to get off the subject, and then they try to do things to where they can kind of mess with you consciously, where they would try to, divert the attention on you to compliment you, to flatter you in some type of way. Like, Joe Rogan steady grilling him. He's like, oh, well, I think you're, no, not somebody like you, because you know what I mean? It's like, don't try to do that. Don't get me wrong. Joe Rogan was still firing back at the guy, but the guy obviously was doing a lot. He was trying to be nice about it, smiling, appearing real kind and subtle and real kind of soft-spoken and whatever, but he never was answering the questions. That's what kept getting me. He kept on trying to divert. And he's like, well, no, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Joe Rogan's like, dude, your anchors them said that I was taking a dewormer. They intentionally and purposely put that information out there like that's what he was doing. Y'all know what I'm trying to say? So it's one of these deals where when people start to just get uncomfortable, like this guy was doing, they try to divert. Joe Rogan said, well, let me play you this video. Look at this. He's showing a video of the CNN's news anchor saying what she said. And she even had like the type of attitude like, yeah, look how stupid he is taking these different things. And you want to follow a guy like that. And he's like, Joe Rogan's like, why would somebody lie like that? Well, I don't think that was their intent. Yes, it was. It was too. And here's the deal. One thing that's really interesting about a lot of this is I'm going to give y'all know I love analogies. I mean, I live my life on a lot of analogies, metaphors, whatever you want to call it. What happened is this. When you get so involved in something that you consider to be your favorite, you can possibly limit yourself on other knowledge and truth. I'll give you an example. In this particular case, CNN has been at a point where they are blatantly just pushing lies out there. Don't get me wrong, they might tell the truth about some things, but like almost, it seems like when clips and things that you guys have shown me, I'm not talking about small clips, I'm talking about videos. When I say a clip, folks, I'm talking about something that might be the whole segment. And then I go and research stuff myself and look it up. And CNN is blatantly put across a lot of lies. And a lot of news networks are doing that, period. But my point is this. I don't care if you like Fox, CNN, MSNBC, yada, yada, peanut butter, no matter what. I mean, OAN, Newsmax, no matter what it is. I don't care which network you like. My point is this. When you so love a particular anchor or a particular journalist, if that's what they want to call themselves, it was a point that made you actually start to like them. It was something that drew you in with them. Now, let's just say, for example, if what drew you in was the fact that they were telling the truth and they were reporting righteously. They were doing it unbiasedly. You know what I mean? Just put it out there and let the American people make their choice on what you just showed them. Don't try to, preamp them up to how the particular way you may want them to think. Just put it out there and let them decide for themselves. So let me give you an example. People will follow this knowing that they're being lied to, but they don't care because it's their favorite person. It's something that they've been hooked on for years. So to give you guys an example, Fast and Furious. They have 10 some odd movies. I'm sorry, the last, to me, in my opinion, the last 2-3 of them suckers, maybe the last 4 they made, completely, a lot of them, they sucked. In my opinion, they completely sucked. See, because what drew you in was something completely different than where it's at right now. If you think about Fast and Furious, how it started off to where it is now, you're like, oh my God, they're like superheroes. They're ninjas. They're level 1 government people. They know martial arts. I mean, they know the way of the gun. They got Ip Man abilities. Vin Diesel can catch cars and throw cars. I'm exaggerating, but I'm saying in these movies, they're doing crazy, idiotic, heroic things that you cannot do. So it went from being something that is realistic to something that's completely unrealistic. But yet you got people that are fans of Fast and Furious. They don't care what Fast put out there. They're going to go and watch because they have become a fan without even actually going back and asking what made me fall in love with it. What made me actually like Fast and Furious? And whatever it is that made me fall in love with it, is that the same as what they are right now? That's almost a message right there for relationships. Anyway, point is this. It changes to something that's completely unrealistic, but it does not matter because Fast and Furious, whoever the people that's behind the producers, Vin Diesel, they know that they have their fan base. They know they can just put crap out there and you're going to watch it anyway because you have fallen in love with Fast and Furious franchise. Same thing with these different news networks. A lot of you got your news network that you watch. I don't have a favorite news network that I watch. I don't even watch the news really. But when I want to see something that's going on, you guys will send me something, but I'm not just going to watch something from Fox News. I'm not going to just watch something from OAN or Newsmax. I'm going to watch something from a little bit of all of them if they're talking about a particular subject, a particular matter, just to kind of get all these different perspectives. That's how I am on things. I don't have no favorite. So my point is this. A lot of people have been drawn into where they're only going to watch CNN. They don't care. They're only going to watch Fox News. They don't care. They're only going to watch OAN. They don't care. They're only going to watch Newsmax. They're only going to watch the Dunlin Report. I don't know. But my point is that you have fallen in love with it. And the point is that now the news can put so much lies out there that you like, that journalists that you follow so much. It does not matter what they put out there, what they say. You're going to watch because that's your favorite. They can lie to you in your face and you're going to go along with it because you like them. And I've seen this type of thing play out with children. I mean, you were a child before where you knew what the person that you might have been cool with or who you like a lot as a buddy, a friend, a pal, they can be doing something completely wrong. But because you feel like y'all got this cool relationship and y'all good with each other, you don't want to say nothing against nothing that their friend is doing wrong. They can be bullying people, stealing things, but you don't want to correct them on it. You don't want to confront them on it because you guys you like them. You're cool. So even though you know that they're doing something wrong or saying something wrong, you don't want to go and get it because you feel it's going to end up messing up your relationship. Well, that's how a lot of people are right now. You're scared to actually go at something with the truth and with righteousness because you're afraid of the relationship that may be ruined with the person that you like. Some of you don't want to actually confront some of your family members on some of the disagreements that you may have with them because you're scared that it might break up the tension. It may break up your relationship. Well, if you got family members and friends, whatever, that are out there that are not mature enough to handle a disagreement in conversations, then something is wrong. Somebody's mind has been so just messed up to where somebody has taught them nobody has a right to disagree with me. Nobody has a right to see things like I don't see it. Right now, some folks are probably mad like, wait, you watch all those different things? I don't watch the news, but like I said, when you guys tell me of a certain matter that's going on, I'll watch the different clips from several different news stations. You know what I mean? So you need to ask yourself, if you like in CNN, like they lied about Joe Rogan. I mean, that's a big lie. That's just a huge lie. And the guy was just trying to take up forward and trying to backtrack a little bit. And then like when he said he put a yellow filter on me. Well, I think you look good. I mean, you're back working out. Yeah, see, you're a strong guy. No, we're not talking about me looking good at being a strong guy. I'm talking about the fact that the filter is what we're supposed to be staying on. The fact that they put that yellow filter on me purposely to make me look like I was just sickly. Let's stay there, but don't try to join it. Well, you look good. You know, see what I'm saying? I will catch on to stuff like that. Like, okay, yeah, I know I look good. But anyway, back to the yellow filter. You tell me your news channel don't know that they put a filter on there. You know what I'm saying? I would be grilling him. You know what I mean? But even though the guy was cool enough to sit down and let Joe Rogan talk with him like that, but I definitely took that opportunity to pour a ton of salt on that open wound. I'm just saying. Anyway, what say you? And whatever it is, you know it. Leave it in the comments below after this video. I'm Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you through Jesus. What is going on, folks? Appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor, if you're trying to get to the next reaction video that I did after this video, it's right here. But if you're trying to get to my own personal stuff where I do a lot of comedy things that make you laugh, can help brighten your day, then you click right here, all right? And if you want to subscribe to this channel, you forgot to get to know who I am first, all right? Then you're going to click right here to lead you into this subscription. Make sure you hit the bell notifications to get notified anytime I post a video, all right?